Hopefully my service.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Warning: the following program contains strong black first opinion about mature and strong subject matter that affects black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissy.
Grand Rising All. You are listening to the one and only Be One or None. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles.
Grand Rising, everyone. Come on in. We got the queens in the house today. Maybe some men will jump in, but we're going to be going live tomorrow. Some of our kings are busy right now, so we decided to go live and talk about what's going on. Of course, we know there's a government shutdown. And as we were speaking before we went live, everybody's saying Trump is taking food stamps away. That's the only thing everybody is looking at. And at the end of the day, um, Trump is not the one doing this. Like I said, many shows, we have to understand how the government works. This is your House of Representatives. This is your Senate. The Senate is who's out here making these votes. Trump can put his opinion in, but at the end of the day, Trump doesn't pass bills. Trump doesn't sign bills. He might influence those that's out there, but he's only over the executive branch. The executive branch is basically who's over the military. He can write executive orders. He's over the executive branch. The people that we don't know, that's our real presidents, are the people who are sitting in Congress, them 430 some seats. They keep us confused because every 2 years you vote for your Senate in your state. And every Senate election is not the same. So they don't want us to go vote in mass. It's an undercover scheme that we don't know about so that we won't know who's in power. These are your governors. These are the people that used to be your governors that now are your senators, your House of Representatives. I forgot. I think they're voted every 6 years or something. But your senators are the main people in the government who has power. Our government is shut down. So how come other people are getting paid? Foreign aid is getting paid, but why is it this is not even America. How come every time the government is either at war or something is happening, how come it's always the citizens that suffer while the rich stay rich, foreign aid is getting paid, etc., etc.? What do you queens have to say about that?
I'm going to say this real quick, really quickly. So for everybody that's listening live or that's going to listen on replay, what she just said, what she just broke down was knowledge, wisdom, simplified. Okay. You can go look all that stuff up as far as how your government works. But I just want to point something out. She said, Trump's not this and Trump can and Trump and Trump. So I want you all to take out the word Trump and replace that with Biden or Kamala Harris or Clinton or Obama. The point is, don't come in here like this is a Trump rally, like it's a Republican. This is about whoever's in office. This is the reality, period, point blank. Whatever party, whatever side you want to rock with. So just please understand that as we break this conversation down to you. And again, do your research because she just spit out a lot of truth. And if you were so intrigued, you should go and dive deeper into that.
Can I don't want to cut you off.
No,
I
I'm
want you to
done.
take Trump name out and put your senators. There's two senators for every state in America. Those senators go to the White House. That's what make your Congress. Congress writes bills. This is what we wanted from Jasmine Crockett. This is why I said I had a problem with her because everybody is focusing on Trump and these senators and House of Representatives. They're not they're not for us. They're not signing anything for us. It would be lovely with all these billions of dollars going to the Jews for reparations, but not the people who built America. All these millions and billions of dollars going to, I think Trump just sent to Argentina or somewhere that somewhere. New Mexico just got reparations. We send in our military everywhere so that the military can take hold of a country, but we are not doing nothing for America. Our streets are crumbling. We're crying about food stamps. People are not looking at reality. They're only looking at, I might not get my food stamps for Christmas. Do you know the government is shut down? That means all these mother effers that's sitting up there that we did not vote for, because you don't even know when to vote for them. You just kind of sign a little ballot. Sometimes during the presidential election, it's time for certain people to vote for senators, but it's every 2 years, and you don't even know who's in power, and they're sitting there playing you, and they're getting paid. They don't work. Me and you are working like dogs. These senators and these House of Representative people, they are millionaires when they shouldn't be, because their salary is only 100 and some thousand dollars, and they just gave themselves a raise when the government was going to shut down at the end of 2020. Before Trump came in. Remember, they was threatening the government shutdown because they was trying to pass the budget bill. This is the same thing, except for they passed the bill to give themselves a raise. They did not raise minimum wage. They did not give you more food stamps. They did nothing for the American people, but they did what they call a bus. And a bus is when they put a bill up and they put the front of the bill food stamps section 8, because that's your everyday American problem, because we always need food. Housing is a problem, but in the back of the bus is all the little trinkets and treats that they get for themselves. They got a stadium, they got football tickets, they got raises, they got foreign aid, giving it out all up to these immigrants. They got money to give to Israel. They got money to give to the people who countries that they want to supply. The every day you work, your taxes are being used for this bus. So what people were saying before, if you separate the bill, what they can do is separate the bill for food stamps and Section 8, and you will see we get pennies when the millions of dollars are going out the door excuse me, excuse me, to somewhere else.
You said a mouthful. I'm going to address the Jasmine Crockett's and the Maxine Waters and the Tiffany. What's the chick's name? The little ratchet mayor, Tiffany, whatever her name is. Um, all these people. You made a point to say where we voted them in for them to do X, Y, Z. Some of these people we didn't vote in. Indiana didn't vote in Jasmine Crockett. Florida didn't vote in Jasmine Crockett, but they were voted in somewhere. And so when we look at people and say, well, she looks like this, and so the expectation is these people don't even come offering real
Is it
expectations
me?
and real
Or did she go
solutions.
out?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Tina went out. Tina went out. I can hear Angie.
Okay.
I pressed the wrong button. Tiffany
Yeah.
Henyard, you were thinking about. Henyard.
See, that's who it is. That I don't even know why I don't know her name. But that's what I'm saying. All these people, I'm sure they had some kind of goal within their communities. And if we dive into how politics work, that just like Hollywood, it's just all the same. It's business is business. So I think when we look at those things, we're trying to hold people accountable, but we'll trash them
Can
because they
y'all
trash
hear me?
sometimes. What do you say, Queen?
Tina came on, but then I show her on mute.
I see it too. You
So I'm
breaking
not
up,
sure
Queen?
what's happening.
So yeah, my point is, I think we look at these things and then we dive into the hype, without doing our own research. Like Jasmine Crockett, I don't know a lot of people. Who
Can
was
y'all hear
another
me?
person? Yes, ma'am. Can you hear us, Queen?
I don't know. Can y'all hear me? I'm gonna go out. If you
I
can't
can
hear
hear
me, I'm
you.
gonna go out and come back in.
Okay. So my point is, I think we look at these people and we get into this hype thing, but then we don't still require anything from these people. So now you done gone from your local, branch to a federal branch, and
Can y'all hear me?
there's yes, ma'am. Can you hear us, Queen? I don't know what it's doing.
I know.
Darn internet. Speaking of which,
Can
let me
y'all
go to
hear
my
me now?
internet. Yes, Queen, can you hear us? You there, Queen?
We hear her. She must can't hear us. Oh,
Okay. Y'all
I
make sure
can't
y'all
hear
follow.
Angie. I can hear you, Queen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear both of you.
What you doing with the image? You there, Queen? Can you hear me, Queen? You all hit that like button and that share button as we figure out these technical difficulties. Please and thank you. Make sure you follow Straight No Chaser with the Queen on every social media platform. Queen Lynn, aka Black Love, has amazing content on YouTube. Queen Kathy B has amazing content. So you all check us out
Hey,
while we're waiting for everybody to come back in. Okay, there we go. Just trying to do some shout outs. I was waiting. Yes, everybody hit the like and share button and stick with this through the technical difficulties. It happens. While we're waiting
Oh,
for
I don't
Queen
know
Tina
what
to come
this
back
thing
in,
is. Mm-hmm.
Queen Lynn, you brought up the outage with the internet
Internet.
when we got
Yeah.
on. Yeah, while we're waiting for Queen Tina. Yeah,
I'm on
I
the
heard
phone. You
about
kicked
that.
out because I think it was yesterday. Was it this? It was yesterday actually.
It was
And
yesterday.
it was yesterday. It was during the day, and I saw the news on it. Stop, Zora. You have to ask mommy.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we hear
There.
you, and you hear me yelling at this
Okay,
baby.
I don't
Let me
know what
stop.
happened.
It's the
y'all tell
devil.
me because I didn't hear anything. I was
It's the
moving yesterday.
devil.
I heard
Was
nothing.
Angie
So
talking? Was anybody talking? I
yes,
don't know
Lynn
what
was
happened.
Yeah,
Y'all
telling
most
us
of
We
about
were
it.
an
talking
outage.
about the internet outage yesterday and how it was all
I
over the
heard
place
nothing.
for a little bit,
I heard nothing and missed
and people
nothing.
didn't
So
get money in. Checks were messed up. People couldn't get money in their accounts. That's crazy.
That
oh no,
ties
that's
in with what
good.
we're talking about with the government, even the government shutdown. It's just kind of strange
Mm.
how you think about government, about federal workers, government workers, that are not politicians, and it does make a difference. We can be like, screw the government, but these people are still getting paid where government workers are not. Like, if you don't understand that, I'm gonna break it down real
Mhm.
simple. Like, if you had travel plans to board an airplane to go somewhere on vacation with your,
Mhm.
now you're not going because nobody's going to work to fly these planes, to man these planes. So it
Yeah,
does resonate down to the core. It's not just these politicians. It
it
affects real
does.
people.
Yeah, I was able to
I
make
don't.
it to Orlando and back just fine. I left Las Vegas and went to Orlando, and I didn't have any problems, any issues. The workers were there. It seemed like it was a little crowded, so maybe it was limited
Mhm.
staff, but there were workers there.
I'll tell you this. I have a family member that her her guy is the air traffic controller, and before that I didn't even know how planes work and who's controlling what. Now that's another story. But the thing is with that, when the government shuts down like that, you will lose your job. If you don't want to come to work and work for free until they get their
Mhm.
penny bunch, you will lose, you're in jeopardy of losing your job. So what do you
Yeah.
do? And if you're scared of doing that, then you're all of us on this platform are like, hey, let's boycott. But then I say, well, hold on, but gotta pay this bill. Queen Getty says, well, hold on, got kids, so now nobody's doing it but one. And that's what happens out of fear. So now you're gonna go to work. And I wish you would ask me for something with this customer service working for free. I don't
Yeah.
want to be, and that's the reality of it. I ain't
Hmm.
working. So everybody better get on board, hashtag UEOA, and stop allowing yourselves to be oppressed. Again, I would love an EBT card. I would love some card Section 8 card, whatever you want to, free housing. I love some Medicaid. Pay about $800 a month for insurance and don't ever have to go to the doctor. So yeah, I like that. But how about we have free health care? How about solving it like that? How do you pick and choose who deserves adequate care or not? How about we have people that learn how to farm and grow their own foods and understand how that works instead of you doing some weird crap nobody cares about in school, like gender foolishness? How about that? How about you just lower the cost of
Exactly, Angie.
food so nobody needs EBT cards? How about
Exactly.
that? This is not difficult. So if everybody wants to keep playing stupid and playing the victim with this government, I ain't here for it. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, y'all ain't right. Whose money are they spending for these wars? They ain't their money. It's
But when
not
they
their
give it to
children.
us, they call it welfare. They put names on it. But when they give it to foreigners, they call it foreign aid. When they give it to themselves, they call it grants and other fancy names. And it's all the trick
Subsidy.
that comes from our
Hmm.
Congress. We need to
Yeah.
look up what Congress. Trump does not pass bills. Trump does not write bills. Even though Trump said the big, beautiful bill because he's basically leaning towards the Republicans, those are just a bunch of people who name themselves. Because on the real documents in the United States, those are 400, I think 35 seats of people who are supposed to represent the American people. It has been so corrupt that we forgot what our government is supposed to do. We pick at each other because, like Angie said, she's paying 800 a month in insurance. We all are that we barely can use because we don't even have enough time to take off for work. They have made us working machines, and then while we're working our asses off, they're finding ways to replace us so the rich can still stay rich and they can replace us with computers. They punishing you for being poor when they're giving everybody else and themselves a hand up. The government is the people in our government. Look it up. Nancy Pelosi, all them. They have been in that seat since we've been children. If we would have known, if we knew who our enemy was, we would have been voting them out. But they don't make it a big thing about voting for your senators when those are the people who are making decisions in your life every day. And nobody is
Mhm.
going to jail because a senator is not supposed to be a millionaire unless you're doing corrupt stuff. That's part
Yep.
of what Elon Musk was talking about. And everybody was against Elon Musk. I don't have nothing for Elon Musk. I ain't saying I like him or nothing because I believe he's a racist. But at the end of the day, he was telling the truth. And you see how they silenced him. You don't hear nothing else when he was digging into their records and their stuff. You don't hear
Mhm.
nothing else about
And that's
Elon
my
because
thing.
he was
Who gives
telling
a
the
shit if he's
truth.
a racist or not? Who gives a shit? If you feel a certain kind of way, who gives a shit? That's my thing. Like, if that's how you feel, I don't even know who the hell you've been hanging around and listening to have your ideology. But that's your truth. That's your truth. Who gives a shit? You shit will go fall into play. Do you know Elon Musk? He did not take a salary with his business. He didn't take a salary in his document. He didn't take a salary because he has like unlimited, like he has access like the crypto and the shares. He has shares. That's what it is. He don't take a salary, but he has the majority of shares. So when he goes and buys something, he don't pay money for it. He what's it called? He kind of fronts his credits and his assets. He don't got billions in the
But
bank.
the point is, it's not even that. The point is that Elon is not even an American citizen. He is a foreign citizen. The point
That's
is
my
that
point.
they
That's
let
my point.
foreign
Why
people
can't we
come
get?
over here.
That's my point.
Go
Why
ahead.
can't
What you
we
say?
do it? All these other people are doing it. Where are we at as the black community where we can't get with it?
Because they have us all tricked. We don't know they know that we're going to be mad. Other countries, they don't show you, they don't advertise on the news what's going on. Other countries are burning shit down because their government is what they call fascist. The
Mm-hmm.
government is basically taking care of themselves. Jasmine Crockett is there. She's keep telling you what you want to hear. Yeah, they're racist, but at the end of the day, Jasmine Crockett, when you were saying that they taking away food stamps and they're doing this, did you say that they were giving you a raise on that bus last year before Trump even came in? They got raises and stuff, so she could have been passing bills saying, hey, this bill needs to be for black people who ain't got this and that. They won't give us reparations because it's them same racist white people who grandparents kept our people enslaved and stole our people land because they never, that's why they're old in Congress. They're not electing old people. Them people got old sitting in them same seats playing the same game.
That shit should be illegal. All these terms you didn't serve 3-4 decades.
And then they
That
keep
shit
every
should be
time they
illegal.
think they're gonna get caught, they pass more and more laws. And then anybody that's with them, they allow them to run their state like the KKK and like they do. They allow these other governors to run their states the way they do because they're all in bed together.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I understand the government shutdown. It'd be like if D-Mays. So meeting D-Mays have all these children here. Queen Kathy, Queen Tina, Queen Lynn. There are children, right? D-Mays and I are arguing back and forth at the dinner table with these children. And we just look up and be like, fuck it. We both say fuck it and just walk away and leave the children at the table. That's what our government's doing. You acting like they ain't sitting at the same table. They eat at the same table. They got the same chefs, drink the same wine. They're collective in this. I don't even know we still have a two-party system. Where are we thinking that? That's the problem. They be running all over us because we allow it. Where is the option? Two parties, so you get to pick this piece of shit or that piece of shit. I don't know. Y'all saw the help. I don't know what kind of pie you would like your shit in. I don't want any of it. But that's what we do. That shit's weird.
Yes, the thing is, they want us all to hold on, y'all. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
that y'all talk for a second. Hold on.
Okay. She's gonna say they want us all to. I can fill it in with a lot of things. Be ignorant, indoctrinated, enslaved, mentally deranged. There's a lot of things she could have followed that up with. All of them applying. All of them applying. Where do we go where we say this is not making no sense? And it's okay to say that. Nobody has to agree with anybody, but you have to agree with how things are going right now. Ain't nothing making no sense. If you want to homeschool your children, if you're not adequate enough to their standards, they'll take your kids, your children. But if they want to dress up like little girls with penises in kindergarten, if you don't allow them to do that, they'll take your kids. This is your government.
Sick and twisted.
It is. And I really get tired of
I'm
arguing with
looking,
people
left it in the
about
car. We ain't got nothing, do we?
she ain't got none, y'all.
I'm sorry,
She's down
y'all.
there making a seafood boil. Making a seafood boil. And what you ain't got none of. You got the crawfish, what you got? Shrimp, what you missing?
I'm just drinking some water.
She got a whole conversation going on over
I know,
there.
right? So we have to think about that. I'll say this. I I have no issue
I'm
saying
sorry, I had family come in the background,
I
y'all.
know.
But yes,
You cooking over there?
um, huh?
You cooking over there?
Not yet. They want me to, but I'm
Mm.
still working. But we have to realize our government, all the shutdown, all this. How long we going to be played about blaming the president when the Congress people have been giving away our money, making us believe that we are the problem among each other, making us believe that it's something wrong with you getting government assistance while everybody else is getting government assistance. When they give Americans government assistance, they call it food stamps. When they give other countries government assistance, they call it foreign aid. It's the same damn thing. The thing is, we
I don't
all
care
work.
what you call
Our
it.
money is put in a pool, and these old racist white people and some of the black people sit there and they choose and pick where our money is going to go. That's money me and you and the average white person, black person, all of us work for.
I don't care what you call it. You can call it an
You
allowance.
see what I'm saying? We been played.
Call it what you want. That's the problem, though. We're so worried about being judged. I remember when I was younger, and we had food stamps. My family had food stamps. Y'all remember those books, right, with the little paper books with the different
Yeah,
colors.
but even that
Shit.
queen, that ain't even about what it looked like. The whole point
But
is
listen, here's my point,
other
Miss Mo.
countries are getting money. These Jews
But
that they
here's
call
my
the
point, though.
Ashkenazi
Here's
Jews,
my point, though,
they're getting
Queen.
our money.
Here's my point, though, Queen. When I was younger, like it was for me, it was embarrassing. When I got older, for a second, I needed assistance. I had to work tooth and damn nail for that shit, and it was
Yeah,
short
they
lived.
do that to make
But
it
it
so
was,
that you
but
don't
that's
want
what
to
I'm
get.
saying
They want
though.
to.
We make it like it was embarrassing. They're not embarrassed to get help. I want my damn money. It's not help. I want my money. You can look at my check stuff. I want my damn money.
That's why those other white people went to war during the Boston Tea Party. They said no taxation without representation. We don't understand that part because they were taking care of everybody else. We are getting our taxes and they're giving it the trillions. We are spending in trillions, and then after we pay and they take out taxes, they take out more as we walk around the U.S. When you go to the grocery store, they tax you. When you go buy something, they tax you. They're getting more and more of our money. And if we just sat down as all the American people and really looked at what's going on, we'll understand. They playing us.
And that's why
They
I was
taking
saying I
all
agree
our
with you.
money and putting it in a pot and giving it to themselves and their friends.
That's what I was saying when I made the comment about nobody giving a shit about somebody being racist. I don't care how you think in your mind about ethnicity, but if it works, it works. If it works, it works. And I'm not saying anything about our group. I'm saying if it works, it works. So Elon Musk, he's a racist, whatever. But some shit working out for him. How do we follow suit? Donald Trump said I don't pay taxes. I don't have to. Read the loophole. Y'all bitches do it too. Didn't he say that shit? So the formula. So again, I don't care about your silly ass beliefs and ideology. What's the method to the madness? And we're so tied up in all this division. That's what keeps us dumbed down. Why
The
don't
division
we?
is put there so we won't focus on who's creating the division. As I was saying, they call
Mhm.
our help food stamps and welfare, and then they name they help foreign aid, government grants, setback, whatever they want to call it. It's our
Right,
money. They only supposed to
right,
get 100 and something. Their raise gave them 200 or something thousand a year. They're
right.
only supposed to get a salary, and they don't go to work, but they want us to work 2 and 3 jobs. Almost every American went from working one job, being with their family, where you working 2 and 3 jobs. They've normalized us being active slaves, and the people
Yeah,
who
I
are in
agree with you.
corporation are the active slave masters.
I certainly agree with
Right
that.
now we don't even have a government. They're not operating. They're going to get paid. They're telling the U.S. not to pay everything. Like right now, how long are we going to keep playing this game? It's not Trump. It's the people that like Trump, but it's the Democrats too. Because the Democrats, they're not fighting to give us money. In that bill, they're fighting to give trillions of dollars to the immigrants. And then in the other bill, they're fighting to keep it for themselves. None of that fight that they're fighting in there is to help American people. And that's what we need to understand.
I agree with you. I find it funny how we're in trillions of dollars of deficit to all kinds of countries, but we keep writing damn checks. Where you think? Where you think?
Why do we owe that? Because they're
What's the
making,
commodity?
we can grow our own food. Trump gave Argentina money so we can buy beef from them. We got people, farmers here. We got black people like me and you that want land to grow our own food. We don't need foreign food. But this is a
And
game
didn't
they
them
play to keep
bastards?
their
Didn't they
hands
burn down
under
the damn
other
farm some years
countries.
ago? You remember they burned down the
Yes.
farm some years ago? Like, come on.
They do this so that they can keep their grip at other people's land just in case we start getting uncouth slaves, they can bring in immigrants to be the new slaves. We don't need foreign aid from other countries. We don't need their groceries. We don't need to be in debt. They're buying stuff and then they want to tax us because we're not working hard enough to pay back the debt that they're creating. So
I
y'all,
agree with
I'm gonna
that.
end this live because I got a lot of people here and I ain't gonna be able to hear
I
y'all.
hear it.
So I have family that came into town. But what else y'all want to say
That's
before we
what's
leave?
up.
I'm gonna
Enjoy
I
your
want to let
family.
everybody know, please be careful. We don't know what's coming down the pike. We don't know what's going on. There's a lot of stuff happening. Just be careful.
I agree.
Indeed.
Yes, let Rome fall because America is crumbling. And this is just like I said, more and more stuff is gonna happen. Anything
That
else,
too.
Queen? Anything before we get out of here?
Nope, that's it. That's it. Great conversation. Enjoy your family, Queen.
Yes.
Yeah, they gonna
Enjoy.
be allowed. Well, y'all have a blessed day. We'll be back on tomorrow. We'll pick up this conversation because the title for tomorrow is what when Black people start waiting on white supremacy and start doing for ourselves. And it really is gonna have to be there because it shows you just this is how it was with COVID. We don't need a government.
Mm.
They just didn't take our money.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Good night.